Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world.
And it's in the vortex. Money discussion, we're like, you can see us bobbing in and out. Go on, share more, share more.
I'm just having a giddy moment. So I think it's all this good energy kind of opening up and coming. I know what I was going to say as well. It was the whole thing, and also allowing the money to come in. But then I was thinking, yeah, it's also just allowing the money to flow. It's like, it's just that you open up the valve, say, whatever, and it's just that you open up that energy.
Yeah.
And just, so then you kind of, once it's open, you can just kind of sit back, say, and just let it.
Yeah, that's it. You're doing the motion, because I think I did this in my video. I was circling and
vortex.
Well, but everything is like the picture behind you now. Everything's a cycle, and it's the same with the money energy. Because we're talking about receiving nice crispy 50s and having a bit of a laugh with it. And in all seriousness, it is about letting it flow though, because it's about it going out and coming in. Because I've had times in I'd say especially in my business, I've learned a lot about money in my business. Obviously, because my past was like the money came in, there was loads of it, I spent it, and it was like market, but I wasn't living the life I wanted to. But for me, in my coaching especially, and like I did my very first workshop the other weekend, and for me, let me share this with you, Jackie, because I know this is the way you're going, and people want to know how it actually works. And for me, for my first workshop, I didn't have a big bundle of crispy 50s. I kind of just broke even, but had some great money energy to spend on a gorgeous bed and breakfast, pay for petrol, lunch, and it was lovely.
Yes.
But it was just a stepping stone to receiving even more. Because
yes.
At the moment, it's about what's going out and coming in. So you've got to have that two-way flow as well.
Yes.
And I think in my video, I talked about letting it go out as thank you notes.
Yes.
So whether you're purchasing something or donating something or an actual item or a service, whatever it is, tangible or not, it's about keeping that flow going. Yeah? And that's where I'm at right now, because I've had times in my business where it's coming in, and then I'm like, oh, collect some. It's like collect some and save some, and then it stops. It's like, well, bring it in, let it go, bring it in, let it go. And I think it's like that with everything, not just money. What do you think?
I think as well, it always reminds me of this guy who was a millionaire, and he said, multi-millionaire, and he was saying on this program that he had the same money worries with his millions as he did when he was 17 and he had nothing. So I suppose the idea, it's not so much the quantities, it's how you feel about it. So there's no point in sitting with millions and still feeling stressed.
I've heard that.
And maybe that's one of the things that people kind of get caught onto as well, where you think, well, if I don't have any, I don't have to look after it.
Yeah.
But if you just get used to, like, once you get that valve open and it just let it flow naturally, you just wouldn't need to, you just keep allowing, you just don't need to worry about it anymore, do you?
Yeah, that's it. And I think it's, what we're touching on here doesn't just relate to money, it relates to everything. That it's so, when you get your head wrapped around it and you can just relax, it's that, am I willing to relax around money? Am I willing to receive money? Am I willing to allow money to flow out? And be as willing as you are willing to let the sun rise, because we don't make the sun rise, we don't let the sun rise, I guess. It just rises. Do you see where I'm going with this analogy? I maybe do a little bit. I think what I'm trying to say is that it's just a natural flow, like the sun rises and sets, and like with everything, just allow it to happen naturally.
Yeah.
Don't actually focus on the money.
Yes.
Just focus on what you're doing. Do you know what? Do you know what else has come up for me? Because it ties in with you and creating your coaching. Obviously, mine's already set up, but we're creating a lot of other stuff. Yeah? Stuff's happening for everybody all the time. Yeah. I went to a prosperity consciousness course it was the end of last October, okay? And the guy who ran that actually said, look at everything that you're doing in life and look at what you're doing for people that you can actually allow money energy to flow in for. And that gave me a light bulb moment, because I was like, well, I can do this, this and this, but at the moment I'm only really allowing money to flow in via this. And it was the following month that I started and set up my coaching, and within weeks I had clients flowing in. because I didn't know any different. You know, it was like, well, this is how it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, I want to share this because I want to share the contrast in the vortex, okay?
Yes.
Let me share this with you. It was a couple of weeks in, I got clients flowing through, and I actually spoke to another lady who coached, and she'd coached for years.
Yes.
And she'd coached for free.
Yes.
Yeah, and she'd coached for free, had a lot of clients, tried to get the money energy from coaching, and nothing had happened. And her jaw hit the floor when I said, well, within a couple of weeks, you know, I was just Liz, I was just really matter of fact, because that's how it happened. I was like, well, within a couple of weeks, everything just happened as if by magic.
Yes.
And I was so shocked to realise that it hadn't happened the same for her. What do you think happened with her coaching business after that discussion?
Well, did she start on me?
Yeah, because
she started to charge.
Yeah, it was the realisation of a new paradigm in coaching for her, that it's about giving and receiving. Freeman calls the money energy, thank you notes.
Yes.
He says even if you're not dealing in notes, even if it's a PayPal payment or somebody exchanging money to an account, it's all a way of saying thank you and giving something back for receiving. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you think? I'm not sure where all that came from, but for a reason.
The thing that just keeps bubbling up in me is that when I did a couple of videos, and that was just sort of dealing with the whole things that come up about money, saying, am I willing to love that part, the negative part, am I willing to love... Then I kind of put it over to a positive, so a positive aspect, a part of me that, say, welcomes money in, am I willing to love that part? And then I was setting an intention. If you want to watch them videos, they're on the channel anyway.
We are just the video ladies.
We'll leave the links. All of our videos anyway. But after just doing this process with a lot of things, and I think actually there's loads more things I could do, the next thing that started bubbling up for me that I'm working on is that, so let's say, I don't believe in subconscious but it's an easy word to understand. Let's just say subconsciously still, I think a lot of people really still see this kind of, you've got your saintly figures who do everything for free, seemingly for free, which is the idea, this is the belief I've had, that they give to the poor, they give all their time for free, they do everything for free. Good people do things for free. And then I started to think, but to buy food, somebody's got to pay for that food. Somebody has got to pay for these things. Where does the money come for these people to do these things, say, for free? Well, somebody's got to go out there earning the money, even to donate it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, because I used to donate, and I haven't been doing as much through my coaching, so I'm going to start that again through globalgiving.com. You know, it was like 10% of everything that comes in goes through different charities with global giving, and that felt good. So I'm setting that up again. That's something I mentioned to you as well. Yes. But yeah, you're so right. Abraham Hicks says it's the starving artist syndrome. You know, you can have like the starving coach, the starving artist, the starving singer, and that's what it's like. I used to be the same as you, and I'm still working through it myself. We're both here working through it together with everybody as well. Yes. But it is, it's like there's got to be some actual, money's the currency that we live off. Yeah, yes. It's the exchange for food, it's the exchange for clothing, for a brilliant life, basically. Yeah, we love the exchange of free stuff in exchange for other free stuff, but you can't go and buy your supermarket shopping with a hug and a kiss. I was saying this to somebody the other day. It's like, you don't go to Sainsbury's or Asda or Walmart for everybody in America and say, well, they say it's, 50 kisses or 50 hugs and you can have that food. Yeah, that'd be great. We'd all be hugging and kissing all the time, but it's the exchange, yeah?
Yeah. No, absolutely, and it's I'm on those ones where I go.
Do you want a kiss?
My head was stuck in the supermarket there. I was in the supermarket hugging and kissing.
I was as well.
Woo!
Do you know what, Jackie? We're going to have a law of attraction in action moment this week where there's a moment in a supermarket where there's going to be a hug or a kiss opportunity. Let's put that one out there.
Oh, dear me.
But yeah, I think maybe as we've touched upon the money energy thing here, it was definitely due to come out, and it is only conversation 3. This is week 3, but there was a big ball of something had been flowing around this, so it's obviously going to be synchronistic for everybody who's watching this or listening in. It's meant to be shared, and I guess we'll share again as we keep flowing with this.
I suppose what I feel like at this point, because actually when I'm talking about it, I could actually feel a little bit contrasty feeling. I've been fine, and then like that last bit about because I still think my brain is a bit confused about being good and having and receiving money. So what I've just sort of felt in myself to do, and why I think I just was stopped like mid.
People will think the video froze.
It was that it'd be nice to sort of set a few intentions and kind of think where to focus. That, you know, now it's like, well, actually, I think I would be willing to open up to the possibilities of money. I'd be open up to kind of know my goodness in relation to money. I'd be willing to open up to just, you know, opening that valve to let money circulate, to be easy with it, to be free with it, just to be, to have that.
I'm breathing that in as well, because I get the same. Yeah, where it's like contrast, clarity. You know, you can feel your shoulders coming up whenever a subject comes up.
Yes.
There's still some cleaning to do. So last week I think we birthed the dust mites of contrast biting you. So there's still a few of those about for me with money, for you with money, and I'm sure for everybody, because it's such a big deal. And it's just about being willing to allow to be a bit more comfortable with the idea.
Yes.
The money energy, more of it flowing in and letting more flow out, and just playing. I always go back to being playful, because that's what makes me feel relaxed. Maybe that's my message from the tea, which is about honouring the child. I guess I'm honouring my child.
Yes, somewhere, let's learn in conjunction.
I think it is about being willing, and I know you use this as well, Jackie, about being willing to forgive. I'm willing to forgive that part of me who feels uncomfortable about money.
Yes.
You know, I'm willing to forgive that part of me who came from the school of lackology.
Yes. And you know, and it was seen, and you know, my dear mum, and you know, it was, for her, was a big achievement to be able to make a small amount of money go a long way for us, you know. So
we were the same. Yeah.
There's like an honour in it, and you don't want to dishonour your parents. You want to think that what they did, you want to make them right, don't you, as well? So we're not too much about parents, but you know, it's just that just popped up for me there, you know. And it's like, it's okay, it's you know.
Yeah. Willing to.
I can feel it kind of lifting off, you know.
I can. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, you don't want to dishonour them. So really, what you're going to do is you kind of honour them and say, you know, look how I've turned out.
Yeah.
Because of what you did for me, you know.
Yeah, that's it. And we're paving the pathway here for future generations. Like, you've got beautiful Jasmine. I don't have any kids, but still, we're still paving the way for future generations for it to get easier and easier. And look at the changes. This puts me right in the middle of my vortex, and I know it does you, and it's something quite practical. Today's chat's quite a practical one. I've still got my flowers here as well, look, from last week. There. Oh, can you see them?
Mine are downstairs.
Yeah.
Jasmine's having a whale of a time.
Let me just adjust this camera a little now. So yeah, I think it's a matter of, well, what I was going to say, what puts me right in the middle of my vortex is, look how far we've come.
Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world.